What's up, everybody? It's Robert Trolling in Paradise, back with a new response video. I'm going to be responding to a channel that I have watched a lot of videos from. It is the Thralls of Metal. It's called Bands That Changed Their Sound. Was it for the better or the worse? They actually just posted a video like that on this past Monday, just yesterday, August 5th. And there are some bands that I actually just watched Thrash Maniac's video. He had some bands that weren't on the Thralls list. And I also am going to mention a few that weren't on the Thralls list or in Thrash Maniac's video. Anyway, I'm going to get started here. My first pick is one that the Thralls of Metal chose. It is Opeth. Started as a progressive death metal act. They're out of Sweden. They went more a progressive rock direction, starting with Watershed, and they stopped doing the harsh vocals for a while. So I would say they definitely changed for the worse. Although there were some good moments. Sorceress was pretty good. I do love some of the cleans that Michael Ockerfeldt does, especially on songs like The More and Grand Conjuration. And by the way, Opeth, as of recording this, they have a new song out. It's called S1. It is the lead-off single from their new record that drops this fall called The Last Will and Testament, which I imagine the Thralls of Metal are going to review. And so, yeah, Opeth definitely changed their sound for the worse when they went in that more progressive rock direction with the more clean vocals and no growls at all from Michael. I know Michael blew his voice out and he could no longer growl for a while, which led him to leaving Bloodbath too. Anyway, next pick for me is going to be Sanctuary. This was not in Thrash Maniac or Thralls of Metal's video. I imagine Metal Band's Chronicles would probably bring them up because of that matter. And yeah, you got the first two records, which are thrash classics, Refuge Denied, and I don't remember the second one. So Metal Band's Chronicles, if you're watching this, let me know what the name of the second album is. And then they broke up, and their singer went on to form a prog metal band called Nevermore. And after Nevermore disbanded, the Warl Dane, who was the vocalist, reformed Sanctuary. But they took the prog metal sound of Nevermore and used it on their third album, The Year the Sun Died. Now, I have not listened to a lot of Sanctuary. I only listened to their first album, Refuge Denied, which is more thrashy. I would say they changed the sound for the worst. And of course, now Warl Dane's dead, and they have Joseph Michael on vocals. And I heard that they are rumored to work on the fourth album, which is going to be their first with Joseph on vocals, which I imagine is going to continue the sound that they were doing on The Year the Sun Died. So I can pretty much say that Sanctuary changed their sound for the worse. Next, another band that was on the Thralls list, Mastodon. Started as a stoner metal band, and I love some of their early stuff. I actually have Leviathan on vinyl. I'm going to be spinning that at the end of this month for its 20th anniversary. And they went a more prog direction, starting with Blood Mountain, and they really solidified the prog metal sound with Crack the Sky in 2009. And I say the prog metal sound worked really well for them. They wins over a lot of fans. I say they changed their sound for the better. So yeah. Plus got Braun singing real good while behind the drum kit, which is kind of a hard task to do, but he can do it pretty well. So yeah, Mastodon, change for the better. All right, next pick is going to be Metallica. And yeah, their first 5 records are really good. The first 4 in particular are essential. Kill 'Em All, which is my favorite. Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, it's alright. And, of course, And Justice for All. The Black Album was when they started to go a more heavy metal direction, which I enjoy the Black Album, though. I like some songs off it, like Enter Sandman, Sad But True, which, yes, that was sampled on American Badass by Kid Rock. Wherever I May Roam, as well as Nothing Else Matters. Those are really good songs as well. But then you got the more hard rock direction of Load, Reload, and of course the covers out in Garage Inc., which I love the song Turn the Page. Then, of course, new metal sound, that was really bad with Saint Anger. The snare drum sounds like a trash can. I hate Saint Anger. That album blows. And then they went more back to the heavy metal direction with Death Magnetic, and of course you got Hardwired and Self-Destruct going back to their thrash roots. But the latest out in 72 Seasons, oh my god. And not to mention Lars Ulrich. He's way too basic on the drums, man. And I know a lot of people criticize Lars Ulrich for not being fast as he used to on the drums. Although I do love Lars, he's one of my favorite drummers. Yeah, Metallica definitely changed for the worse. All right, this next band I'm going to mention is one that was in Thrash Maniac's video, Pantera. Oh man, the Texas boys in Pantera, they started as a glam metal band in the mid-1980s. Metal Magic sucks. Project in the Jungle, not great either. I Am the Night also sucked. And then, of course, Power Metal was when they started to make the shift out of the whole glam sound, and they wanted to try a different sound. And in 1990 rolls around, they released Cowboys from Hell, which that's when they start to develop the groove metal sound, which the groove metal sound got made Pantera successful. The last 5 albums from Pantera with Cowboys from Hell, Vulgar, Splendid Power, Far Beyond Driven, Great Siren Trendkill, and Reinventing the Steel were the way better. I say Pantera changed their sound for the better. Alright, next up is a band that wasn't on either of those two guys' videos. It's Overkill. This band from New Jersey, thrash band, obviously, first 5 records. Thrashy as hell, yeah. Feel the Fire, Taking Over, Under the Influence, Years of Decay, and was it Horoscope? I think it was Horoscope was the one from 91. Then I Hear Black, WFO, Killing Kind, they went more groove sounding. Then they had entered the industrial direction with The Killing Kind and From the Underground and Below, which obviously the worst album. And then back to the groove sound with Necroshine. But they did redeem themselves in 2000, and they went back to doing thrashy stuff and faster stuff again. Overkill changed for the worse. All right, up next is one that wasn't in either of the two guys' videos either. That's Gwar. Started as a hardcore punk band, switched to crossover thrash, which the crossover thrash thing is what wins the fans over with Scumdog's Universe, as well as America Must Be Destroyed and This Toilet Earth. And then, of course, Ragnarok was kind of dicey. But then, of course, they went in a more rock direction with Carnival Chaos and We Kill Everything, which were really bad. But they redeemed themselves, went back to the thrash direction with Violence Has Arrived. Gwar definitely changed for the worse. All right. Up next is a group that was on, another group that wasn't on either of the guys' videos. It's a group from England, and I'm talking actually, no, it's not an English band. I'm going to go with the German thrash band, Creator. First few records, Endless Pain, Pleasure to Kill, Terrible Certainty, Extreme Aggression were really good. I have no clue what the fifth record was in 1990, and then they went a more groove metal direction with some of their 90s stuff with Renewal and Cause of Conflict. Then they went industrial direction with Endorama. That was easily the worst album. But they redeemed themselves with the album Violent Revolution 2001. And they went back to the thrashy sound around that point too, and they redeemed themselves. And now the final band that I'm going to bring up for this video, because this video is already over 10 minutes long. I don't want it to be too long. Paradise Lost, another band that wasn't on there. This is the English band I was trying to mention earlier. Death Doom, Gothic Metal Act from England. First few records, Icon, Shades of God, they were really good. Draconian Times is great. But then in the late 90s rolling around, they started to move out of there for a bit. 1999, they dropped Host, an electronic rock and pop album, and alternative rock gamble. And oh my god, that record sucked. It was bad. Actually watching Is That Bad episode on that album from Hector at Children on a Couch. And I know some of the guys enjoyed it. And Thralls of Metal, if you're watching this, you guys do a Paradise Lost ranking in the near future. Host will be dead last because it sucks. And they kept going in that direction in the early 2000s, but then they returned to the Death Doom side with, in 2005, they returned to their Death Doom Gothic roots. And their last album, Obsidian, from 2020 was really good. And Nick Holmes, I mean, his vocals are kind of acquired taste, but yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for my response. I could have picked Bathory, but I saw Thrash Maniacs video. I decided to leave Bathory out of there. Bathory definitely changed their sound for the better. I was also going to mention In Flames, but I left them out too. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, this was a heck of an amazing thing to do in terms of a response video. Anyway, what do you guys think? What would you have on your list of bands that changed their sound for the worse or the better? Let me know in the comments below. And Necrotic Nick, if you ever watched this video, I hope you found it refreshing to see that. I'll see you later.